What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fano here, and in this CSGO video, I'm going to give you guys a red-themed CSGO loadout for around $150 without a knife. However, I do have a CSGO knife that I am going to suggest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. But the first CSGO skin that I have for you guys is this USPS check engine minimal wear, which costs around $2.43. It's pretty much covered in red, so I mean, I had to go with it. It's pretty cheap, not too expensive for a USPS skin, and in minimal wear looks really good, so highly recommend you guys check out this skin. But obviously, if you guys prefer the P2000, I recommend going with an Imperial Dragon Battle Scarred, which costs around $2.35. And an interesting fact about this skin is that the higher the float, the more red that this skin will be, so keep that in mind, guys, when you're browsing the Steam market. For the Glock 18 skin, I decided to go with a Candy Apple Factory New, which costs around 74 cents. Try your best to find one with the lowest float. Even the best ones that you can find will still have some chipped paint, but it's barely noticeable since it's right next to the barrel. But for our Desert Eagle skin, I decided to go with Code Red Well Worn, which currently costs around $17. It is a covert Desert Eagle skin, so that's why it's so expensive, but in Well Worn, I think it looks really good. It still has a lot of red on it, and it isn't too beat up, so definitely go for this skin if you're looking for an ultra uber Desert Eagle red skin. That being said, for our R8 revolver, I decided to go with a Crimson Web minimal wear, which costs around 80 cents, and for our CZ75 auto skin, I decided to go with a Red Aster minimal wear, which costs around $1. But if you prefer to go with a 5.7 skin, I recommend going with the Urban Hazard Factory New, which costs around 54 cents. And of course, if you are a T, I recommend going with the Tech9 Isaac minimal wear, which costs around 55 cents. It's relatively cheap, and it goes well with some of the other red skins in this video. But moving on, here we have a P250 Muertos minimal wear, which costs around $3.51. And then for our dual Berettas, I recommend going with a Hemoglobin Factory New, which costs around $2.50. You guys can downgrade this skin for a lower condition, but I really wouldn't recommend it because you're not going to be saving that much money, and in the end, this is the best bang for your buck. Speaking of bang for your bucks, I recommend going with the AK47 Redline Field Tested, which costs around $13.77. There are very few scratches on this really nice Redline skin, and I really recommend you guys try to find one with the lowest float possible, but in the end, whatever you guys choose will look really good. And I also have a CSGO sticker combos video for the AK47 Redline that you guys can always check out. The link will be in the description for anyone interested. But moving on, here we have an M4A4 Evil Daimyo Factory New, which costs around $7.42. I think it has a really nice pattern, guys, really nice colors. It's red, obviously, and for the price, guys, $7.42, it's a pretty high tier M4 skin. However, if you guys prefer to roll with the M4A1S, I recommend going with a Cyrix minimal wear, which costs around $9.81. I actually have one myself with some really nice Tyloo stickers from the Berlin 2019 major. However, next up we have an AWP Redline minimal wear, which costs around $27.80. It's a bit steep, I know, and I decided to go with a minimal wear instead of field tested because this skin, unlike the AK skin, does show wear. So definitely make sure you guys inspect your skins before purchasing them. But next up here we have an SSG Dragonfire field tested, which costs around $11.87. This is literally one of the only Red Scout skins in CSGO, but I mean, come on, guys, it's a covert skin and it has a dragon breathing fire. I mean, how cool is that? Here we have a Galil Signal minimal wear, which costs around 77 cents. And for our FAMAS skin, I recommend going with the Valence minimal wear, which costs around $2.80. For the SG553 skin, I recommend going with a Cyrix field tested, which currently costs around $7.79. And if you're a CT, I recommend going with the AUG Sid Mead minimal wear, which costs around $6. Both the SG and the AUG skins are classified skins. They're very high premium, high quality, and they look really good in any red themed CSGO loadouts, so I highly recommend you guys take a look at them. But next up, here we have a Scar 20 Crimson Web minimal wear, which costs around $1.35. It has a few scratches here and there, but it's a Crimson Web nonetheless. The factory new version of this skin is just way too expensive if you ask me, so I highly recommend you guys just stick with the minimal wear. And for our G3SG1 skin, I recommend going with the Executioner Field Tested, which currently costs $2.45. And it's probably the closest thing to a red G3SG1 skin in CSGO, so I had to go with it. But next up here we have a Nova Candy Apple Factory New, which costs around around 12 cents. And for our sawed-off skin, I recommend going with a Break Light Factory New, which costs $2.30. You guys can obviously downgrade to a Battle Scarred and save some cash, but I mean, if you guys really love this skin, highly recommend going with Factory New. Here's an XM1014 Seasons Minimal Wear, which costs around 73 cents. You guys can browse the market and find a pattern that has only red and yellow colors, so definitely do some browsing before purchasing, guys. Next up here we have a Meg7 Heat Minimal Wear, which costs around $1.10. For our Negev Skin, I recommend going with a Lionfish Minimal Wear, which costs around 86 cents. And for our M249, the System Lock Factory New, which costs around 83 cents, has my vote. It's arguably one of the nicest M249 skins in the game. It's just a shame that the actual weapon is not very good. That being said, here we have a Mac 10 Candy Apple Factory New, which costs around 13 cents. And for our MP7 skin, I recommend going with a Bloodsport Well Worn, which costs around $5.30. If you guys go with a Battle Scarred skin, you might save around $2, I believe, and it'll look a little bit darker, maybe a little bit more beat up, but it will still look pretty decent. I made a video on this skin in the cheapest covert skins in CSGO that you guys can always check out. But moving on, for our souvenir MP5 skin, I recommend going with a Lab Rats Factory New or Minimal Wear, whichever one you guys prefer. The Factory New one, though, costs around 35 cents. And here we have the P90 Cold-Blooded Factory New, which costs around $10. So it's a bit steep, guys, but it's a really old skin. I highly recommend you guys take a look at it. It's from an old collection. It only comes in 2 conditions, Minimal Wear and Factory New. The Factory New one being the cheaper of the two, so definitely go with that. For our RPP Bison, I recommend going with a Candy Apple Factory New, which costs around 31 cents. And for our MP45 skin, the Momentum Minimal Wear, which costs around $6, has my vote. The Momentum is just such a nice skin, guys. But anyways, guys, here we have an MP9 Ruby Poison Dart Minimal Wear, which costs around $1.34. I don't think a Factory New is necessary in this case, so definitely go with Minimal Wear. And for our knife, I recommend going with a Gut Knife Autotronic Battle Scarred, which costs around $1.42. I tried to find a cheap red colored knife in CSGO, and I personally don't have a problem with the gut knives. I know many people do, so if you guys have an issue with this, you guys can always check out a Bowie Knife Battle Scarred, which also costs around the same price. It is Battle Scarred though, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but of course we cannot be choosers here because we are trying to be thrifty. So the total cost of this loadout without the knife is around $140, and the total cost with the knife is around $283. Let me know what you guys think of this loadout in the comment section below, guys. If you guys have any alternatives to the knives or skins in this video, please post them below. Like, comment, and subscribe as always, guys, for future CSGO videos. So until next time, this is Fano, signing out.